The new moon in Aquarius on January 21st is your opportunity to envision and manifest a new beginning that will start to take shape over the next 2 decades and into the age of Aquarius. Hi, I'm Erin from Planet 9 Astrology, and in this video I'm going to go over the major energies for the upcoming new moon in Aquarius, including how it will be showing up for each of the signs. So this new moon takes place at 1 degree of Aquarius, and it's happening on Saturday, January 21st at 12:53 p.m. PST. Overall, this is a very important new moon so that you can kind of get a sense for how Pluto in Aquarius is going to show up for you as an individual as well as for the collective. Pluto is transiting through this same area of Aquarius from March to June of 2023, and this will be the first time that Pluto enters Aquarius since over 200 years ago. Pluto in Aquarius is a very important transit that's going to be ushering in some changes over the next 2 decades that will really characterize what we're going to see in the information and technology age, or as some like to call it, the age of Aquarius. This new moon is actually an excellent opportunity to get a sense of how astrological transits play out in your life. We have the new moon on Saturday, January 21st, so you can set some intentions or just kind of see what comes up for you or what happens at that time. And then in March to June, Pluto will come through and start making some of those changes, potentially causing upheaval, chaos, lots of transformation. So during that March to June time, you can kind of look back on this new moon and see if there are any similarities in the themes that came up now to what comes up then. I think this could be a really nice way to sort of experientially learn astrology, both for yourself and then just to kind of see how things play out in society. And it could really give you an idea of, okay, what can I expect once Pluto fully enters Aquarius in 2024? So now let's get into the chart of the new moon. This new moon is right at the beginning of Aquarius season. As I've already said, Aquarius themes are majorly highlighted, so just get used to them. Mars and Mercury retrogrades are finally over as of January 18th. And in this new moon chart, both Mars and Mercury are basically just like standing still, both at 8 degrees of the signs that they're in, and they're just now starting to move forward again. The last time that Mars was at 8 degrees of Gemini was Labor Day weekend 2022, so like September 4th-ish 2022. You could look back and see what were you working on then that you're actually finally able to take action on now. And then Mercury was at 8 degrees of Capricorn on December 12th, 2022. So maybe there's something that you were really clear on and connected to back around December 12th, and then the holidays just got in the way and you got really scrambled, and now you're finally coming back around to it. For me, this has definitely played out in terms of like content creation and connecting intellectually with astrological concepts. I feel like Mars and Mercury have just been kind of like messing with me a little bit, and now I'm finally getting back in the flow. Mercury was retrograding my 9th house of philosophy and higher ideals, and then Mars has been retrograding my 2nd house of physical possessions. Depending on what houses Mars and Mercury are in, this could be playing out differently for you. But yeah, I think this is a really significant astrological moment where both Mars and Mercury are kind of just standing still and they're waiting to just be pushed forward with whatever new idea you have or whatever action you want to take. Your mind is clear, you have the motivation, and you're finally ready to start making progress after quite a long period of revisions and setbacks. This chart also has Venus and Saturn conjunct in the later degrees of Aquarius. So same sign as the new moon, but Venus and Saturn are at 23 and 24 degrees of Aquarius, and this new moon is at 1 degree. I think a lot of astrologers would kind of interpret this as like a somber, vibe dulling kind of transit, but I personally actually really like this position for this new moon. Saturn is the planet of restrictions and responsibilities, and Venus is the planet of love, relationships, and how you assign value in your life. So I guess this is kind of like a serious transit, but I think it's a really grounding energy that's basically just saying like, hey, you know, whatever age of Aquarius ass manifestation you're trying to make is great and all, but we need to have some structure to actually make it happen. You're not going to be able to just love and light your way through this whole thing. It's going to take commitment, it's going to take hard work, and it's going to ask you to define your personal values and then stick to them. So make those manifestations, you know, dream big, all of that, but really think about how you're going to execute it. And don't be surprised when it's a lot of work. Now moving on to how this will be showing up specifically for each rising sign. So for Aries risings, this is in your 11th house of community, friendships, and network. Taurus rising, this is your 10th house of career, destiny, and life path. Gemini rising, this is your 9th house of philosophy, religion, and higher education. Cancer rising, this is your 8th house of all things taboo. So that's sex, taxes, anything power dynamic and relationships. Leo rising, this is your 7th house. So close one-on-one relationships. That can be romantic relationships, obviously, but really any close one-to-one relationship applies. Virgo rising, this is your 6th house of health, routine, and daily habits. Libra rising, this is your 5th house of creativity, self-expression, and children. Scorpio rising, this is your 4th house of home, roots, and family. Sagittarius rising, this is your 3rd house of communication and connection. Capricorn rising, this is your 2nd house of physical possessions, money, finances, and value. Aquarius rising, this is your 1st house. This is your sign, new beginning in your 1st house of outward presentation or appearance. And then Pisces rising, this is happening in your 12th house of the subconscious. So as I said before, this new moon is a new beginning in that area of your life, but March to June is when you'll actually start to see some of the changes. This is really just the intention setting and planning time. So how do you use this energy intentionally? I would say if there's a higher minded project that you've always dreamed of and you really want to do, but you don't know exactly like how it will take shape, if it's possible, if there's an audience for it, whatever, this is the time to take some concrete first steps. Saturn and Venus are not going to let you just get lost in daydreaming. They're going to force you to be real about it and to set up some actual structures. On like a galaxy brain level, I personally believe that the age of Aquarius is going to be built on decentralized collective consciousness evolutions that will result in individuals and groups creating things that not only have never existed before, but maybe that we can't even like imagine or conceptualize at this point. And I think that the more that we as individuals are able to see our unique visions into reality, the more that we as a collective will be able to evolve and move into this new era. So with all that being said, I obviously encourage all of you to start taking action on whatever that thing is for you. And then in March to June, you might have some moments where things really start changing and you start to actually see your vision play out. But we're gonna have to wait until 2024 for real long-lasting change to materialize. This is a long-term process and it takes work and it takes vision. Something else that I wanted to bring up for this new moon, so there's a concept in astrology called the Sabian Symbols or Sabian degrees, which basically breaks down all 360 degrees of the zodiac into a story of spiritual evolution from 0 to 360. And then each degree of the zodiac has a symbol or image associated with it. This new moon takes place at 1 degree of Aquarius, and I thought that the Dane Rudyard Sabian symbol for 1 degree of Aquarius actually felt particularly relevant. Aquarius 1 degree, an old adobe mission in California. The power inherent in all great human works to endure far beyond the workers' lifespans. It stresses the enduring character of human achievements ensouled by a great vision, the concretization of an ideal. This also implies the immortalization of an individual within a great collective and cultural enterprise. I feel like what this is really about is how each of us lives beyond just our own individual life. This energy is asking us, what is it that we can contribute that will be immortalized long after we're gone? I'm going to end this video with a few journaling prompts that you can use to sort of sort out your thoughts during this new moon time. How have your plans and goals for the future changed course since December 2020? What do you wish to bring with you into the next 2 decades of life? And how can you consciously keep your mind and heart open to new possibilities, even in the face of current limitations? So thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to like this video and subscribe. I'm just starting out making videos on this channel, so any and all engagement really helps. There's much more content on the Planet 9 Astrology website. That's planet-ix.vision. We have posters, we have in-depth guides for the whole year. There's a ton of free content on there, so feel free to check it out. I would also love to know what house the new moon is showing up for you, and if you have some sort of Age of Aquarius vision that you want to bring into this reality, or anything else you'd like to share. Feel free to leave me a comment and I'll be sure to reply. So that's all, and thanks for watching. Happy new moon in Aquarius!